Alright, hello and welcome to Pearl Farming 101. The first thing I am going to show you is megalodons. Now, as long as you have flippers, the megalodon will not be able to hurt you. I currently have flippers equipped, so YOLO. As long as I keep moving, the ichthy will be far enough away from the megalodons. And as you can see, I'm not continuously moving, so the ichthy is getting hit by the megalodons. But, important note, if you get off your ichthy to pick up pearls, the megalodons will go for your ichthy. Anything in the ocean that is a predator will go for the ichthy first. So, let's start. Alright, location is not important because that is not what I am discussing here. What I am discussing is the mount and dismount. So, plant the ichthy's nose about here. You get off, and the pearl will be right next to you. Great. Now that we have discussed getting off the ichthy, we will discuss placement of getting off the ichthy. Alright, so I want to pick up all three of these pearls without my ichthy running into me. So I will park it where I can pick up 2 sets of pearls without the ichthy moving. And then, on the 3rd set, the ichthy will come to me. Ta-da! Now, important factors. Larger areas. Park ichthy. Keep the ichthy from moving. Now, if you have to make the ichthy move, make sure you get it in a direction where you can reposition it while moving in a straight line, so the ichthy will come to you. Distance is a very important key factor. So, here we go. Basically, you just need to know how far you can move before the ichthy will come follow you. Now, I will go over larger quadrants. So, I want to make a straight line, but I don't want the ichthy to move immediately. I will do so by doing this. Move back a little bit, and ta-da! Ichthy is right there. Even if there was a plesi or megalodon chasing me, I would have been in and out so fast that it would not have mattered. This has been an underwater safety tutorial. I will now go find a plesi, so stay tuned. If my mouse decides to work, there we go. Alright, so key point and plesies. Anglers, pretty much, if you see them, just like run up and hit them. Okay, so don't hit him with an ichthy. If you hit him with, if you're riding anything else and you hit an angler, it'll probably run away. I think there's like a threshold, because I know if I hit him with like a plesi or a mosa or something along those lines, or even a spino. Yeah, mosasaur safety. They have an insanely large head. You don't want to get anywhere near their head. Their bite range is like 3 foundations in front of them, underneath them, all around them. They're not exactly the fastest thing. If my mouse decides to work. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so do not try and kite the mosasaur around like a plesi or megalodon or other creatures of the deep. Generally, I just avoid them completely. And here we go, we have a plesi. Alright, so to do this, I'm going to bring this creature of the deep up. Now, please note, if I get off my ichthy, it will target the ichthy first before it targets me. Now, as long as I am behind it, like so, it cannot hurt me. Right now it's not targeting me because it just de-aggroed, but generally, you just want to avoid its head. So let me swim down a little bit. The worst possible scenario is to be directly underneath of it. If you see a plesi swimming towards you, you want to swim straight up. And then once you're over its body, it doesn't necessarily matter exactly what you do from there. You can choose to swim down or up. The thing that you don't want to do is allow it to turn, because its melee range is about to its flipper. It has a insanely large melee range. Is that another mosasaur? Jesus Christ. Oh, my mouse really does not want to work today. Good job, Razer, making fucking good quality products. Alright, so yeah, now I'm going to put myself in a situation where the plesi is in basically the ultimate fuck you position, which would be above you coming down like so. Now it is going to go for my ichthy. So I'm going to basically just pull the ichthy up and mount the ichthy by using the movement prediction I showed earlier. Now I have like all the fucking anglers in the world chasing me. Oh, my mouse died again. I really should submit like an error report to them or something. But yeah, the main stats that you want to go for on an ichthy. Let's see, yeah, the mosasaurs don't come up very high. The plesies will actually chase you pretty high up. So it's good when you're farming to always check the deeper areas. And you'll probably learn the spawn locations, but safety first. If you're going to be going around looking for spawn locations, you want to know how to deal with something. Usually on an ichthy, you want to go for at least 300 HP. A lot of people online say that you need movement speed. This is not true. You do not want movement speed because the ichthy will rubber band past you. It's a lot harder to get it to go the distance that you want it to go when you're mounting and dismounting to pick up pearls and clusters, and you'll spend more time trying to get back on your ichthy or whistle it to you, etc., etc., if you put movement speed into it. So in the long run, it will be not beneficial. Melee damage doesn't matter, weight doesn't matter, yada yada yada. Stamina and health. The more stamina you have, the more distance you can travel before your route ends. So let's say my route is like this entire area, which it is. If I start from point A and I start clearing pearls all the way to the other side, I want to be able to come back and drop off my pearls at the beginning of the route and then have them spawned. So obviously I'm not going to want an ichthy that only has 360 stamina. This is just a temporary ichthy until I tame another high level one. But you are not required to have an insane amount of stamina or movement speed or health. The minimum requirements that I would recommend for an ichthy would be 300. If you look here, my mouse bugs out like hell. Okay, so if you look here, you'll notice that there is a path. Like, the game designers literally put a path of pearls. Now, this is true for all pearl spawning locations. So if I just swim around here, now that you know how to get from cluster to cluster fairly fast, there is literally a continuous path. And if you want to find out where the rest of the path is, you just kind of swim up a little bit. So I pick up that. Obviously I don't want to come all the way around and then go back, so I'm going to use my smarts, come over here, and I would restart the pathing over here. But all of these smooth areas in between the rocks are going to have pearls no matter where you go. Case in point, you can farm 1,000 to 1,400 pearls in like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on how fast you can get on an ichthy. So, consistency and creating a path and knowing how far you can go before the pearls respawn. The important note is the pearl spawn rate, which is like 30 to 45 minutes. So the more area you can cover, the more pearls you can farm. And now I am signing off.